Lot. We have a value around our community, taking the long view and respecting the community. What we're so excited about today is that everyone's coming together. Our long-term employees, some of our amazing investors who have been with us for a long time and have really supported us, our new investors who we're really excited to bring into our community, and possibly small investors who are familiar with Roblox. We love the direct listing for Roblox because we're all going to come together in that first trade.
My kids and I spent some time on Roblox preparing for this interview with you today. They're still a little young, but they would stay on there for hours if I let them. What are your plans for post-pandemic growth? I know you're expecting growth to slow this year. How do you continue to grow when we're not on lockdown? And how do you reach older adults too?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been growing for 15 years, and as soon as possible, we reach out to everyone around this. But looking to the future, what's powered our growth is the amazing content on the platform and also people coming together on the platform. Today, a lot of the time to play, but in the future, more and more, it will be to learn together or to work together. Inside Roblox, we're holding our company town halls on Roblox and our holiday party. And later today, we're all going to go into a Roblox virtual New York Stock Exchange and get to celebrate this. There's amazing growth opportunities for us in bringing everyone together around the world, connecting people of all ages, and as we...
Do you think you're going to be opening up more platforms? Because certainly there are, in my experience, huge numbers of kids out there that have got their Nintendos. They can play all kinds of other games on it. The one they can't seem to play on it is Roblox right now.
Yeah, it's a really great point, and it highlights our vision for the Roblox platform, and that this immersive social 3D that brings people together, whether it's a phone, a tablet, a computer, a gaming console, someday maybe even a set-top TV box, and of course VR. These are all ways for people to access that content. We're on phones, tablets, computers right now. We're on the Xbox. We're not on the Switch. But those are all awesome potential future places for Roblox.
Analyze them. It's a social. It's almost what Roblox did, by the way. Not only do you have the creation of gaming online where you can talk to each other, but you have multiple creators. People, you know, Reddit and the boards. People are trying to create the next thing. I understand.
Especially when they're not doing anything. They're just sitting at home. Roblox.
Are they still just sitting at home?
Well, mine are actually.
Are they trading yet? Yeah. Did you give? This is the most for our audience worldwide. This is the most important question of the day.
The regulator has the power to deem cars defective and order recalls. Video game platform developer Roblox fell in late trading after reporting second quarter bookings, a measure of sales that missed Wall Street estimates. In July, daily active users rose 8% from the prior month to nearly 47 million. Roblox is trying to broaden its user base beyond kids, targeting
now on some stocks moving in pre-market trading here in the U.S. A big underperformer early on is Roblox, of course, the video game software maker. It reported second quarter bookings that missed expectations. As a result, it's down 6.3%. As I said, there were pressure on Chinese stocks in the Asian sector, and that is true.
And for those of you at home who have young children, you probably know the Roblox company that allows you to build these virtual communities. And yes, this is driving consumption online in new ways. And that consumption is going to be maybe funded by cryptocurrency. So it is very much a brave new world. The one thing I will tell you, Facebook's excited about it.
Who can even participate in this space? They are the single largest draw of potential profits from Roblox, from Minecraft, and now they're precluding Epic from participating. I think overall, we're going to see a number of different companies competing with whichever points of leverage they have: hardware, payments infrastructure, software and standards, compute in the case of
for a while right now. But I do think you have to take note of, and then they have the Roblox move on the upside. So there's really a lot of aggressive kind of separation of winners and losers in these markets, and they take back the amounts in a big bite, too.
Mimi, I think you... Oh, never mind. I think we have...
Yeah, let's get to Coinbase, which is...
Right now, mobile gaming company Roblox managing to double its Q3 revenue once more, even as kids go back to school. Dave Wilson, looking at the numbers and the pop that we're seeing in the share this morning.
Yes, quite the pop guy, no question. Yeah, and bear in mind, Roblox is one of these companies that when you talk about the metaverse, it has to be part of the conversation. It's not just Facebook and its Meta Platforms parent company. You know, it's Roblox. So video games, people can create their own games. They can share them with others. And that model seems to be working out for them at a time when we're seeing other companies kind of struggle to hang on to their business, you know, in light of the coronavirus pandemic easing.
How do you look at the gaming market right now and some of the opportunities there that we see Roblox creating versus some of the AR, VR, you know, immersive corporate?
Yeah, well, look, I think obviously Metaverse is being thrown around quite a bit since Facebook and Microsoft came out with their announcements. I would say that it's there's really lots of ways to look at what the Metaverse is. Roblox has kind of its own little world that it's building, and it's it's a really cool world. It's sort of like Minecraft meets Lego meets GitHub for young kids. But the thing about Roblox is it's kind of a closed ecosystem.
What I think is going to be a great discussion we have with Larry Culp, bringing out some value. Roblox, it was supposed to be a pandemic play. It turns out to be accelerating growth. That's going to be a gigantic short squeeze. PayPal was just such a disappointment. I'm still reeling from it. Kind of don't really get it at all. And I just find that, Becky, you'll have these things.
Entirely different categories. And, I don't know how to parse how one should value Roblox. It's a great company with a product that millions of people love, but it is one destination in the metaverse. And Unity is a SaaS software company. We build tools and services for literally what I think.
And probably the most important piece here is commerce. Early metaverse experiences like Minecraft, Fortnite, and Roblox are immersive and social enough that young consumers in particular are willing to spend real money on digital merchandise. You combine that with digital transaction concepts like blockchain and NFTs, and the potential's clear. I mean, Facebook changed its corporate
of the metaverse. But for now, it's Facebook, now Metaverse, which I know can do more for mental health, NVIDIA, which makes you look like yourself, Roblox, which is a lot of fun, and Unity, I can't even tell you what they got lined up with sports, but it's going to be great. They have you covered.
But again, there are companies really benefiting. You take a company like Roblox. There are brands tripping over themselves to build experiences in Roblox. That's going to drive traffic. That's going to drive engagement. That will ultimately drive monetization for a company like Roblox. For video game companies like EA,
a number of differentiators. It's my understanding that we have the highest allocation of Roblox, a clear pure play metaverse company as far as any other available. NVIDIA, the highest holding last I checked, 9.5%. Other ETFs show similar ranking of that company, but in totality, you'll see that we're very indexed to this theme. You're not wrong to identify.
In many cases, does a big move like this allow it to sort of leapfrog all of those concerns and just position itself as on the side of youth and innovate? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it kind of insulate them from those concerns?
Crush this week. That's not supposed to happen, right? Alphabet, Microsoft, Cloudflare, Palo Alto Networks, Roblox, AMD, NVIDIA. We've had them all.
Daddy when in one business unit and expanded Twitter, Roblox, and the such. But we target
digital real estate. Oh, this is where you would buy land. Companies can also buy ad space on digital billboards. Roblox isn't just a kids game. It was an early pioneer of virtual worlds where avatars can play games or attend virtual concerts. And now you can buy digital products from big name fashion brands like Ralph Lauren to outfit your avatar. Look, I can buy a Ralph Lauren beanie for my avatar. Users can buy and then use Robux, that's the digital currency inside Roblox, to acquire these virtual goods.
If you want the real virtual immersive experience, you need to have a headset. I'm wearing the Quest 2. This is the avatar I built to explore Horizon Worlds, which is the new app that Meta just launched out of beta.
Meta is also working digital real estate. Oh, this is where you would buy land. Companies can also buy ad space on digital billboards. Roblox isn't just a kids game. It was an early pioneer of virtual worlds where avatars can play games or attend virtual concerts. And now you can buy digital products from big name fashion brands like Ralph Lauren to outfit your avatar. Look, I can buy a Ralph Lauren beanie for my avatar.
I mean, Andrew, they're already doing it in Decentraland and in Roblox. So that's already happening. And so that's what's so interesting to me about this, is that this is not truly a metaverse in that it's not all interconnected and it's not fully immersive. The day when I could bring my avatar from the Quest, Oculus world into Roblox.
Is there to really hook in the customer and bring about that new experience?
New for us, right? I mean, Roblox is got 50 million users a month. 50 million users a day playing their games. So, we'll see what happens. It's early, but we're definitely, continuing to work in that new world. And
yeah, I do, and I've seen what's going on with Roblox. I've actually bought it.
What we call buy the picks and shovels that are ultimately going to build whatever this.
So, because you really like Roblox, Brandon, I was wondering if just how big their first mover advantage really is and what their moat is, or could it be a situation where some of the pioneers of the internet, like an AOL, are no longer the rulers right now?
Yeah, I mean, we wrote something, or maybe about a month ago, where we actually compared Roblox to AOL. The difference is that Roblox, while Meta will have a place, and they may cut Roblox off at the knees in terms of aging up. Roblox needs to move quickly on that, but we think Roblox is going to have a strong place and could be a multi-$100 billion company.
Where do we want to be with that? Well, the obvious ones that come to mind are Roblox, which has a definite lead. They've already created their mini metaverse within their community. Then there's Facebook that's spending billions of dollars to create kind of their own metaverse, and they've got Oculus with it. And then you've got the other players that are going to come in.
Yeah. Stay with me, Pete, because they includes Josh Brown, who told us at the very top of the show today that Roblox was a fresh new buy for him. Josh, I'd love to bring you in to the conversation. So you got some options buyers at your back.
Yeah, but like weekly calls, that's a little short term for what I was talking about. I mean, if
Okay, speaking of Berkshire, Berkshire B is another one of your three picks, along with Roblox, which is, a new buy as well, which we highlighted on this program on New Year's Eve. The interesting thing of your sector pick is biotech. Tell us why biotech of all the sectors.
What we're doing, and I do think volatility will continue this year, and so I love the Roblox story. What we're doing, though, is today you could sell the April 115 calls, and you would collect around $7.50, which is about a 7.8% yield, and you still have close to like 25% upside. So over the next 4 months, you could sell that call, collect, once again, 7.8% yield, still have plenty of upside, but take advantage of that volatility, because I think Roblox is a company that has a lot of volatility, will continue, and so take advantage of that and earn that income along the way.
Let's talk about your picks for the
And now we have some bad news from China about this stock. Have I held my Roblox stock too long?
Yes,
or do you see
no. Roblox is the kind of stock that I'm going to plow through this period because it is such an original, terrific way to play the metaverse. One more. How about Damien in Florida? Damien.
How you doing, Jim? Love the show. I watch it all the time.
Thank you.
Some names that make sense, and I'm not looking to play stock market here, but Roblox makes sense. Mark Mahaney says Coinbase will be the bank of the metaverse. Do these things sort of make sense to you?
Definitely. I think Coinbase will be certainly a player as they launch their NFT platform. OpenSea has really turned into the killer app for NFTs.
And we put them in front of a great video game that's been making the news like Roblox or Fortnite, or we put them in a business environment with VR goggles on like Facebook has been showing. People aren't ready for that quite yet. The typical person is not going to do it a second or third time, but we are getting there slowly but surely, looking for what to do with the technology we had built. And we decided that there's a lot of stuff happening with kids like Roblox and Fortnite that are kind of driving the news around the metaverse. But if you look at stuff for grown-ups, there's really not anything yet. And in fact, Second Life is still, in a lot of ways, the only game in town. So we decided to move, bringing people in that make it hard. And, there is activity with kids. Roblox and Fortnite have a ton of kids in them, but the difference between a virtual world for kids and a virtual world that you and I would use every day, it's a big difference.
Why is that a big difference? I mean, I have my brother, his kids are on Roblox and Fortnite, and he's playing right there with them. And, why can't these worlds merge, especially when you have these deals like Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, right? Microsoft is sort of bringing the enterprise tools, whatever that means, to the gaming world. Why can't they?
Then makes all this interconnection metaverse stuff make sense.
Well, we've had concerts in the Fortnite and Roblox metaverses.
That brings up actually a really interesting scaling challenge. One of the challenges here that we're dreaming about, but we're not yet seeing. So Fortnite was 100,000 different concerts.
Yeah, go deeper into that if you can, Andrew. I look at Roblox. My son plays it, and I think, you know what? That kind of looks like the metaverse. Maybe Facebook is interested. Excuse me, maybe Meta.
It's Take-Two, it's EA, Ubisoft in France. Roblox would make sense. Even a Unity might even make sense when it comes to making games.
And you got buy ratings, I believe, on all of those. Andrew Urkowitz of Jefferies. Great discussion, Andrew. Thank you very much. Dan, you got teenagers, right? Can you see it? You're watching
acquisition of Zynga, maybe mobile social games make some sense here. But I agree, Roblox makes a lot of sense. Big valuation. What are we just talking about? We're talking about valuation compression. So maybe Roblox, maybe Unity at a certain place. Just so you know, Roblox was part of my AARP trade in honor of Guy Adami there. And I do like it, but I guess it just comes at.
Maybe he's spot on. I don't know. What I will say, Jeff Mills has talked about this for a while. Roblox could be a name a year from now we're not talking about as a publicly traded company anymore. Somebody's acquired them. And just to throw one more name in this mix, Coinbase has just gotten eviscerated, especially today. But we're at levels of support, and Mark Mahaney has mentioned on.
I'm going to take from our interview just now. Steve Weiss, you covered all your shorts. You covered Freeport, the Qs, Roblox, the SMH. You sold the SARK, which is, the gang was just talking about leading into our shows, the short ARK fund, which obviously had been a big winner as that fund has gotten hit. So take me through the way you're thinking now about the market. Do you agree?
Well, and I'm going to put Holly on.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Booyah, Jim. What do you think about Roblox stock? RBLX ticker symbol.
Oh, thank you, Holly. We're getting young people in. Now, here's the problem with Roblox. It's good for you, Holly, not good for a lot of others. That's because ever since the Fed changed its tune back in November, they know the market's too angry to like these long-term value stocks. But it's okay for you. You got your whole life ahead of you. You should be a buyer of Roblox because it's a great company. How about let's go to Max in Illinois. Max.
Incremental by $10 billion. And you mentioned TikTok. In my mind, they're also losing users to Roblox and the gaming platforms. So the younger demographic is really moving away from them.
Mandeep, how do we distinguish between investing in the short term, the pressure that puts on margins, maybe the initial reaction which pushes the shares down 50%, versus
making sure that influencers don't go away? Mm-hmm. Similarly, with the Core Blue app, you have to embed, what Roblox is doing on the gaming ecosystem. You have to bring that kind of content in the platform to drive engagement.
If you want to talk about the metaverse, we should be talking about video games like Minecraft, like Roblox, like Fortnite, where they are made by companies that understand how people want to use these platforms. Facebook, they're the company that figured out how to help you organize parties in college. They're not the company that's going to help you exist fully.
Other earnings to keep an eye on include Airbnb, Cisco, Deere, Kraft Heinz, NVIDIA, and Roblox. And finally, the Federal Reserve releases the minutes of last month's monetary policy decision. Those minutes may provide some clarity as to the degree of urgency policymakers express.
I wanted the Queen. I ended up playing
only on weekends, not on a school night.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
now let's talk about Roblox.
Roblox.
They're very
down
clever.
12%.
They're very clever. Notice it was down 13 immediately.
Yeah.
Now this reminds me of a lot of times when you deal with Roblox, and what you deal with Roblox is.
Hey there, Wolf. Yeah, Roblox shares down double digits right now. It looks like a miss on the top and bottom line. We'll start with earnings, which was a loss. It was a loss of 25 cents versus what Wall Street was looking for, which was 13 cents. Revenue also lower than expected, 568 million versus about 772 million that Wall Street was expecting. Doesn't look like
miss. Is it really deserving of the kind of punishing it's getting today?
Cash flow, half of what I thought. Free cash flow. What Dave is going to have to explain, this company's been in business since 2006, is like, do you really need to be public? Now, he did, we're going to ask about the NFL deal, JP Morgan deal. But my problem with Roblox is I didn't know that January would be down. I mean, when you're on these calls, it's loaded, it's loaded and ready. It's got $10 of Roblox on it, so you can knock yourself out.
10 to 100.
Well, no,
You've got the low end of the scale.
Well,
I've never known
the dollar got stronger the other day.
Roblox, right?
Roblox. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem.
You know what they need to do? They need to go from teenagers to millennials.
50% aged up. They're aging up.
So you've just helped them.
They need.
What's your final trade while I have you?
I'm in this Roblox debacle also, so we'll use that as final trade, and let's just hope she's right.
And you did buy more on a prior dip, so you continue to bet that she is.
Yeah, it wasn't the last dip, unfortunately.
Yeah. Dr. J, quick, what do you got?
Some of the biggest metaverse stocks, Meta and Nvidia today, which gets associated with it, Roblox yesterday, all of them tanking on earnings. Why are you looking to Metaverse to pick up some stocks?
Well, I'm not so necessarily sure I'm picking up Nvidia and those type of names, or Facebook or Meta, whatever they want to call themselves.
Around going down more than 50% this year. Do you think it's going to come back, or should I reinvest my holding in Roblox?
It's too low to sell. The problem is that the market changed. As I said in the November Club call, now you got to start making things and do stuff and making money doing it and return it to shareholders. And that company does not do the latter two, so that's why it will not go up.
I was wondering what you thought about a stock you recommended in March. It's Roblox stock.
You know, I both got Roblox unbelievably right, and it zoomed, and then unbelievably wrong when they didn't deliver monthly numbers. I think it's a great concept, but you know what? The market is saying I am wrong, and I am not going to disagree with the market.
Pre-market trading up about 11.7% before the bell. Another stock moving to the upside is Roblox, the video game company. It was
to enter the metaverse, initiating Roblox with a buy rating and a $59 price target. Josh, you're in Roblox. How are you feeling about this?
This is one of the worst buys I've made in the last 18 months. I bought it just as the NASDAQ was, I bought it down huge from its high, thinking that there might be some safety in where I was getting in. It was stupid. This stock's not going to work right now. So I actually do believe that Roblox is the closest thing we have in the real world to an actual metaverse. The business model is phenomenal. Kids converting USD into Robux, and Roblox taking a huge vig on every transaction. So I think the stock and the company will ultimately work.
Or does that actually wind up happening at all? Chipotle is on it. They're teaming up with gaming platform Roblox to allow customers to roll Chipotle burritos for fun in the metaverse and then earn credits toward entrees at its restaurants via Burrito Bucks. The company said it had a line of 20,000 people waiting to get in to play when the activation opened at 3:30 yesterday.
We're looking at Roblox, which is being accused of deceptive marketing practices in a complaint to the FTC. The stock down about 10%. We're also looking at Avis Budget Group, whose shares are up 12% on an upgrade at Barclays. And Tesla lower ahead of its quarterly results after the bell. Our trade.
Well, I mean, just the facts are sad in the sense that, it's a weak stock in an established downtrend. There's no way around that. Two, it has the inconvenient fact that it broke its IPO.
Online YouTube channel of this together. Jim,
Roblox is at a 52-week low today. Is it worth investing?
All right, here's the problem with Roblox. We have a genuine revulsion of everything that had anything to do with the pandemic. If it was inside, we don't like it. Secondly, if it's not making money, we despise it. So you get a very good company like Roblox, and I hear everything you say. And in another market where the Fed wouldn't be tight,
structure investments tied to Metaverse, you may do well.
Yeah.
But in terms of applications like Roblox or, anything else.
Months ago, the narrative was probably too strongly in favor of the Metaverse and, Roblox and whatnot, and Meta, we're going to go to the moon.
Well, I think one stock, where the sentiment has gotten completely south here is in Amazon. How many times over the last 2 years have people said, look back to early 2020 and said,
For gaming stocks, Roblox, EA, and Unity all on deck with earnings after the bell. Roblox and Unity down double digits in today's trading session. EA just slightly lower. There's a New York Times report that the company and FIFA are ending their 3-decade video game partnership. That's a big deal. Let's get to all of it with Steve Kovac, who joins me now. Steve, 3 very different.
2 of them are those Metaverse darlings we've been talking about for the last year or so. First up is Roblox, which is down almost 90% from its high last fall and over 75% for the year. Then we got Unity. They're the company that sells software to studios to make video games, and they're seen as a key to the Metaverse development. It's down 64% on the year. And finally, we slow down as people go back into the world. So a few key metrics to watch in the earnings after the bell. User numbers on Roblox and EA's Apex Legends game. That's what investors have focused on more than anything in gaming. If these gaming companies can keep players engaged as the world opens up. And then for EA, look for more detail on the rollout of the mobile version of that Apex. 55 million expected, and that 28% growth might sound good, but compared to the growth they saw a year ago, 79% peak pandemic, we can see that growth slowing. I caught up with Roblox's chief business officer, Craig Donato, and he was saying, look, the good news here.
It all depends what they're paying. I like the Roblox idea. In fact, we've talked about on the show where they should get into gaming as well, whether it was Electronic Arts or one of the entities that made more sense, and especially ones that are trading well off their all-time highs. I do believe that Roblox.
EV Go, 19-9. ChargePoint, 35-12. Don't forget the revolutionary stocks. Roblox is going to disrupt. Find the next Tesla. Why not back the safest, most child-friendly gaming platform in the world with Roblox? You know what? That's a terrific starting point. But the problem is the homework, or in this case, the lack thereof. Wanting to invest in something like that's terrific, but you also have to know the financials. How the company's doing.
Helps out a lot of these high growth stocks. Is there something else causing these to rally? Again, Roblox up 10%, DocuSign up more than 4.5%, the cloud computing ETF up over 2.5%, really bucking the trend on the market.
Well, so I think you've seen this basket of names, like Zoom is one of them, Roblox, Unity, not all of them, right? And so you're starting to see some, discernment between the Robloxes and the Zooms versus the Pelotons, which, is probably not going to recover. But this is really textbook. I mean, you saw this when the tech bubble continues for the short term.
Joe, with Coinbase, with Roblox, Allbirds yesterday.
Roblox tells us that Hilton's experience on its platform has been visited by 544,000 fans. Now, Paris Hilton's company does not share financials, but they do tell me that the media company is set to double its business from 21 to 2022 and is on track to generate tens of millions of dollars in annual profit. Now, Hilton did promote NFTs and crypto before those markets pulled back dramatically. And of course, it's still uncertain how the tech giant's investment of billions of dollars in the metaverse will all play out. But John D., tonight, it's going to be so interesting to get those earnings from Roblox. So we'll see how overall spending in these worlds is.
By the way, Roblox earnings also are now out. Let's get to Steve Kovac with those. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, shares falling about 10% now after hours after a big loss here on the top and bottom lines. Let's see, 30 cents loss versus 21 cents expected, a big miss there. Revenue, also a miss, 640 million versus 644 million expected. Revenue growth, now that's up 21% year over year, but growth there is still slowing. Mike, this is going to...
Meme stocks and Kathy Wood, ARK Invest stocks and Robinhood names. Coinbase, Roblox, AMC. Of course, the bigger names have moved, but we want to have this rally be broad enough so that it carries the whole market and not just a segment of the market that's very volatile and can move down again and carry the market to some extent with it. So it's nice to see a broad advantage.
What's your take on at least the framing I'm attempting here? The question is whether Roblox is a platform or just a really successful game with an economy inside it.
Well, I think your assessment is probably more correct. That it is more of a game that's trying to be a platform. The thing about Roblox is it caters to a much younger demographic. So, unless if you think about the pandemic, kids weren't in school. They were able to sort of spend money on games. Parents wanted kids out of their hair, so they had a massive spike during the pandemic and
older people coming in more. But what's also interesting about this space to me is you take Roblox's market cap, it's almost, you put AppLovin and Unity together, it's just a little bit smaller than those two together. But they're doing tools. They are working on platforms that are seeking to sort of engage this whole ecosystem of potentially metaverse and mobile gamers.
There are a lot of things that are possible. In order to get people to want to use Roblox as a virtual meeting space, I mean, first of all, you're going to have to convince them that it's better than Zoom. Zoom's pretty good and pretty effective, right? Or other video channels. Why is streaming interactive entertainment is still a ways away?
The street seems to like Roblox's plans to jump into online advertising, a way to diversify its revenue, stock up about 1%. What do you make of that move?
Well, it makes sense. They have a 58 million daily active users. Obviously, that's a lot of people in theory you can advertise to.
Interest there, or stocks that have really sold off pretty hard recently, like Coinbase or Roblox, people again buying there. So it's really interesting how I think, mindset of the retail trader has changed over the last couple of weeks. And when they are looking to buy, I do think there's still interest. So that's really the positive. But where people are buying is more of the broad-based ETF.
And physical goods. I mean, my kids, they spend time in Minecraft. They don't really do Roblox, and they do Fortnite and whatnot. But they actually have developed buyer's remorse over the years, saying, I can't believe I spent that much on V-Bucks. Now they want stuff like clothes, right? So will smart retailers make those connections, or is the future in making sure that, people, these brands can focus on building one beautiful version of that bag or that shoe, and it transfers across Roblox and other games? Or are you going to have to figure out which game to make assets for? And are you going to have engineers and artists that are doing customizations for all these platforms? Because that's a big cost issue, isn't it?
That would be a huge cost issue.
My question is about Roblox. With the new
Roblox is an absolutely great company. I mean, it's a fabulous company. It doesn't make money, and that's the problem. If it made money, I'd be telling you to buy. Instead, I have to say you can't do it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of the Lightning Round.
The Lightning Round is sponsored.
Time for today's three-stock lunch, and today's focus, some big movers. Splunk up 6% today on news that activist investor Starboard has about a 5% stake in the software maker. Fox is down about 8% on news Rupert Murdoch is exploring the idea of recombining Fox and News Corp. And then Roblox up 21% on strong September metrics. Let's trade those names now with Lee Munson, president and CIO with Portfolio Wealth Advisors. Good to see you today, Lee. First up, Splunk.
Splunk, it's going to be a hard pass, but let me tell you why. Cisco offered $20 billion for this. You get over, you're going to have a lot of leverage on the upside.
Right,
so
Lee.
I'm in.
All right, you're in on Roblox. It's like a babysitter. You just buy it and they keep feeding money in. Lee Munson.
Alrighty, it's time for FOMO. Welcome back. And today's subject is Roblox announcing some of its user figures for the month and giving us some updates on the fundamental front for the company here, Jenny. And as you said before the break, I think clear and away the gold medalist. If we were to hand out medals on a podium here today for stock price performance, what a move! 22.4% here in real time.
And I feel like it's been a while on FOMO that we've talked stock actually moving to the upside. I feel like our FOMO feeling has been to the downside lately. At least we've been looking at names that are falling pretty significantly. So nice.
In that quarter, now down about 80% of the year. But then we rally up to $50 from 20. It's about 150% rally for the stock before subtly giving back, let's say, about 15 or so percent over the last few weeks and going back to the last earnings announcement. So very nice day here today, but in the context of this name, all it really tells me, other than, hey, things are trending in the right direction at Roblox from a user, and it moves quickly.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really good way to put it, because this name, it's not the first time we've looked at this name making an exuberant move one way or the other. Oftentimes I do feel like it's to the downside, Alex, but of course moving higher today, and it's not the first time we see double-digit percentage gains, sometimes in Roblox, honestly, on no news. So at least today we do have a fundamental update to then back this move higher. But of course, we are looking at shares.
Some strength up $1.92. That's about a 6% gain on the day. So that's Bank America. Let's turn to Roblox. Now, they came out releasing September metrics, and they talked about having daily active users up to 57.8 million now. Now, that's a 23% gain year over year, and their bookings were up about 11 to 15%. And in terms of hours of engagement, that was up 6.
One of them is you have 300 million people that are already in metaverse environments between Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. You have people who are living in these virtual worlds, and they're doing a lot of the things that are important for them to be in a metaverse. In terms of meta, well, the entire bet is on headsets and it's on VR. And we don't believe our firm Activate, we don't necessarily.
Roblox. The gaming and metaverse giant reports third quarter earnings ahead of the open tomorrow. Now it's expected to report a loss of 36 cents per $. Now, analysts expect the company to report it's bringing in new users, but average spending is decreasing. And the broader backdrop of declining ad spending could be a headwind for Roblox. Now, the stock has been tanking this year, off roughly 60%. And analysts have been skeptical on the stock amid weakness in gaming and, of course, the metaverse.
All right, time now for our triple play. We all pick one stock in the news and on the move. Ali Canal joining us today for the conversation. Those stocks, Disney, Upstart, and my play is Roblox. Shares tumbling today after the company reported a third quarter loss, but beat estimates for bookings revenue. Roblox reported 58.8 million average stuck at home on their screens. Bookings more than doubled. And Roblox market cap neared $80 billion before peaking in November 2021. Shares, though, down about 67% so far this year. And you can see the fall today, more than 8% on this news, Ali.
Yeah, and I think this is a story that we've been seeing with a lot of companies. If you're not performing on the bottom line, if your growth is slowing and you can't offset that with profits, you're going to get burned on Wall Street. And I think for a company like Roblox, investors have really wanted to see them start to make money, right? There's always been so much potential for this company, but the execution just hasn't been.
Users for Roblox here.
Brad, I just want this company to make money. It seems like we're here, where we come here every 3 months and we talk about Roblox's potential, how they are in many respects ahead of Meta in terms of rolling out the metaverse or whatever that might be. But year to date, go down to their income statement, 9 months ended September 30th. On an operating basis, they have lost $621.9 million. That's on an operating basis. At what point does all this company's potential trickle down into profits? And that's why I think you continue to see these wild swings on earnings day with the stock down 10%. When is this company making money?
Well, something similar that we heard from Roblox as we did from Take-Two Interactive, average bookings per daily active user. As much as
you buy your kid Fortnite bucks or whatever it is, they're probably not going to walk away disappointed. Obviously, Roblox
All right, let's also talk about another big story today, Roblox. That stock is tanking, now off just about 16%. The move lower coming after the company's revenue growth slowed in November from a year ago. Strong U.S. dollar, partly to blame. Dan Howley here on set with this. And Dan, when you take a look at the gaming sector, obviously slowing industry-wide, but Roblox there, slowing growth, a huge concern for the street.
Yeah, whoa. So revenue growth in 2021 was 102% for the quarter, right? Revenue growth for this past quarter was 2%. Whoa, that is a huge difference, right? I think obviously part of this has to do with the fact that a lot of kids had started getting on Roblox at that point. It kind of was exploding more in popularity. I think there was more awareness of it as a result of the pandemic. I think the growth goes, and this really kind of speaks to the broader issues we're seeing across gaming, where there's fewer people that are engaging as much because we're not glued to our couches.
Yeah, Dan, exactly. And Roblox by far not the only, far from the only company that is putting up numbers that are disappointing the street. We just heard from Take-Two in their most recent earnings report. They lowered their guidance for the current quarter and also out to 2023. Do you see anything changing that narrative just in terms of a return to growth here in 2023? Or do you think
Hey, Jim, thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
I want to ask about Roblox.
No, Roblox is too expensive. I'm sorry, not making money too expensive. Don't work for me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of the Lightning Round.